Hey everyone. Oh, you made it.
Is it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, no, that's the delay. There's a delayed. I should stop that one from going.
Hi, sorry, I was just
Gotta,
dealing with Moon. We'll see how long that lasts.
yeah, we'll give everyone time to start coming in. Hey everyone, coming in. Hey Paul.
Hi, guys.
Hey Eve, thanks for coming. Can always depend on Eve. Hey Lisa. Oh man. Hey Nance. Oh, it's been a long. Yeah, we always say this. It's been a long week. It's been a long day, but it has been a long day.
It was definitely a long day. Hi, Barefoot Nanny.
We finally did our drive, tracing the after the morning, semi-afternoon timeline. So that was today.
Oh, day timeline.
Well, started in the morning.
Yeah,
Daytime,
well,
yeah, day
yeah.
timeline. Yep.
Up until
Hey Tracy, chasing. I was going to call her Chasing Truth, and she changed her channel to Chasing. Period, which always messes with my head.
Eyes on the prize.
Eyes on the prize. Man, we have some.
I'll say I'm tired. I'm tired.
And it's not just being. It's
emotionally
not just
tired.
Emotionally tired.
Emotionally tired.
We were going to do a live tonight. On another topic, obviously, I put in the community post. We changed up the schedule because some folks have to. Good. I'm going to call you Chasing Truth from now on because I like that. I like the truth part, but thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Vicky.
What did they say?
Is it Grossi or Grossi?
Grossi.
Hello. Hi, Nana.
Hey, Nana. I've been dreading this, honestly, because when I realized we had to change topics tonight, I knew what I wanted to talk about, but it's, or what we want to talk about, but it's something that our platform, our tribe, our people
Hi, Yellow Blue.
may not know a lot about because they don't follow a lot of this chatter that Jen and I have been kind of watching a little this week. We don't usually either. We ignore most of the things out there,
Especially me.
Especially it has to do with us.
I don't
this week,
look at anything.
But this week wasn't about us. It was about other people. It was a lot of there's a lot of, oh man, infighting and bullying and a lot of stuff like that going on.
I don't know. Is it just me or has it been ramping up lately?
Seems like it's been ramping up.
I don't know. It seems like more people are like getting together on panels and stuff and just.
I don't. Maybe we're following it more. Maybe we're making.
I know I am. So I'm just I guess I'm wondering. Like, is this the way it always is?
Oh, YouTube has always been like this, especially.
Well, I know YouTube, but I'm just wondering about this.
Especially in the Summer Wells case, especially it's been a lot of this creator fighting, back and forth fighting, and it's just been making me think a lot about you. Our approach has always been, when it comes at us, we dodge it, we turn the other way. Yeah, see, Tracing agrees. The area I struggle with, the area I struggle with, you all, is when it affects other people. And when we started this whole effort, when we started this investigation, the searching we do, I'll tell you, it's almost easier dealing with people coming at us. She's staring at us, mad that we're giving attention to other people. Maybe if we bring it a little closer, so she's like next to us. This is the beginning of every one of our lives.
There we go. So
Can you put that up for me? Because it's gonna fall. Technical difficulties. The light almost fell like right down on top of our whole thing here. Yeah, when it comes at us, it's almost easier because it only affects us, but if we ignore it, then whatever. But when it's people we have come to trust, to do research alongside, to so
one more adjustment. Sorry.
if you think about high school, bullying in high school, right? The way people typically react to seeing someone else get bullied, there's several behaviors that you probably remember from your own high school years, and most of the people run and hide. Like they just try to to not get in the way of the bully, and they just kind of, I don't know, run and hide is all I can think of. And there's very few people that have the backbone to actually get in the line of fire, get in the way of the bully, tell the bully to stop. And I think if you think about bullying, issues with bullying today, I think that's still an issue in schools where nobody wants to stand up to a bully because you don't want to get attacked too. And it's just always been that way. And that's, YouTube is very much like high school playground or high school life. And
just want to say I'm halfway in the screen because of.
Yeah, I know.
I'm petting Moon.
She's
while
petting
I'm talking
Moon.
to you guys. Sorry.
So I can tell you that when we see people do that for us, we've seen other creators, when we get attacked, even though we don't respond, we see it out there. Some creators will post a comment, go in lives or whatever, and they'll say like, hey, you're wrong. Ryan and Jen aren't like that. They believe in truth. They're boots on the ground searching. Even though we're not responding to the hate, when we see people we do associate with doing that for us, it does feel good, and it makes you realize you can trust that person even more because they've got your back when the bullets are flying. They've got your back, and it feels good. But we also know how it feels when people you think are your friends stay silent while you're being attacked, and it really does hurt because it just hurts. You don't know why they're staying silent. But at the same time, I've done the same thing, trying to stay out of the fray. I've watched people who I feel don't deserve to get bullied because we're trying to not be part of the drama, right? So it's really hard. So I've decided, in this case, I want to share something about a creator that we've communicated with that many of you, actually, people who followed us for a long time, may not even know about her. Because again, I think most of the people who know about the drama are people who go to lives. We don't get a lot of people in lives. We get a lot of views afterwards. Most of our viewers are viewers. And I think the only people who know about the drama are the live type visitors.
Right.
They go from live to live, and they agreed. Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Hey, Cher. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so it's the people who I think know what I'm referring to are a lot of you. The viewers won't, and that's why I'm trying to explain the background here is there's been bullying going on. Someone we have researched with, have reached out to sometimes, was getting like a police called and her name mentioned and all kinds of crazy stuff. I want to talk a little bit about Lisa K. Roots. Not Linda, Lisa. There's a lot of people, for some reason, who like to hate Lisa. She's gotten a lot of hate on YouTube, and it's an interesting phenomenon. I liken it to when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I was friends with. Yeah, Lisa's like, don't worry, nothing bad.
All good.
When I was in high school, I was friends with a lot of groups. I was friends with the college preps. I was friends with the art, the artsy ones, the goths, the
jocks.
I was just gonna say that.
Sorry.
There's the only people I was never friends with were the bullies. I hated the bullies because they were always attacking those people in those groups, and they were usually the jocks and the cheerleader mean girls, or just the non-cheerleader mean girls.
Just the mean girls in general.
And so The group I liked, I enjoyed the best, I sat with at lunch all the time, were the really smart girls. They call them nerds. And because you could sit down with lunch with a really smart, intelligent girl, and for some reason I got along better with the girls. I don't know. I think it's because they could share their emotions. Well, they could share their emotions about things more, and I felt like guy conversations, they were not, they didn't share that piece. But I also noticed that those girls who were really intelligent were also the girls that were picked on the most by the mean girls or the bullies. Same with the guys, actually. The smarter guys were also bullied more. And a lot of that happens on YouTube. A lot of that goes on YouTube too. It's the same groups, it's the same types. I'm going to tell you what I know about Lisa is that whenever we've reached out to her to serve as, like I told you before, when we hear a fact or a piece of evidence, we always go to other sources, second or third sources. And Lisa's often a person I go to and I say, hey, we heard this. Have you ever heard this? Do you have any receipts? And she usually does have some information most of the time. If she's willing to share the evidence, she has the receipts. Like, I've more often seen her having receipts than not. And just hearing about things. So she's one of the, I would count on one hand, researchers on YouTube I consider at that level, where most often they have information, they know something is true or not true, and they have receipts. They bring it to the table.
Well, and have integrity not to get involved in all the, all the crap that's going on out there. Like what people can't really prove. Like,
yes, that's the
what I mean, right?
Yeah, and that's the second thing I want to say about.
I'm sorry.
That's the second.
Saying what you
it's okay. No, because you just nailed it. The second thing about Nance, it's Lisa K Roots. Her her channel is Lisa K has something to say.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The other piece is sometimes she'll say, "Okay, I know that's not true," or "I know that's true. I can't give you the receipt because I've given my word to someone. I would not give the receipt." In that case, I don't consider that to be proven or not proven. I don't consider that, okay, this is another source who said something was true. If I can't see the receipt, it's not confirmed. I move on and I try to find other sources, other people who may know, which is okay. But for some reason, a lot of people get really angry when Lisa's like, I know something is true. I can't share it because I gave someone my word. To me, giving someone your word and having the integrity to not give the source name, to protect your source, even when you're under fire hard.
Hi, Jenna.
That's crazy. Sorry. Like someone who has the integrity to be under fire that hard and hold their ground and still not give the source information is crazy. And that's what Lisa does. And that's why she gets hit so hard. Not hit on. Maybe she gets hit on. I don't know.
What are you doing? You're hitting on her?
Not me.
Better watch out. Lisa is hitting on you.
How would I handle it? I mean, I might handle it a little differently. I might not say something is true or not true if I can't put the receipt out. I think that's the only thing I would do different. But again, it's Lisa's, how she wants to handle her research. It's her game. It's her channel. She has every right to work that way. I don't get the hate. I do get it in that I know why people don't like smart girls who do good research. It just burns some others a lot and they just don't like it.
I agree, Chasing. Definitely.
So anyway, that's all I want to say about that. I just wanted to put my own word out about Lisa because I've been watching this for a long time on Facebook. I see mean girls in the Summerwell's Facebook group, making fun of Lisa. There's people on YouTube and I just don't get it. I don't get why they have to do that. I don't get why people have to do that. And that's it. So thank you, Vicky. Good. Thanks for subbing to Lisa. The other thing I want to mention too is, as much as people hate her, the person I was talking.
The word hate.
I know, but people hate on them.
I hate the word hate.
And I mentioned earlier how when we get attacked, absolutely, Lisa, anytime.
Yeah, no, when we say hate on somebody, we pretty much mean attack.
Attack.
Hate is a really strong word. Anyway, go ahead.
The other piece of YouTube I struggle with so much is there's this weird. So like, let's take Lisa, for example, again. Sorry, Lisa. there's this like, if I'm friends with you, you can't be friends with people who are mean to me.
Yes.
On YouTube, there's this high school
That's
thing,
another
right?
problem.
Now look at Lisa and I work together. Okay. She associates with people who just this past week have attacked Jen and I. And she's okay with them as an associate. I associate with people who have attacked Lisa, but guess what? Lisa and I don't hate each other. Lisa and I trust each other so much that we share information with each other, even though we may associate with people who don't like us. That's how adults work. Adults can be friends with someone and not think that person believes everything the person they associate with believes. I know Lisa's integrity. I know what she believes. I know. Oh, it makes me mad. Chasing, for example, chasing goes to channels. I would trust chasing. I would trust Tracy with any piece of information I have that's sensitive. I would give it to her. I would ask her for help confirming it, even though she might go to channels that I don't think are mean channels, like that I think are mean channels. I don't think that the chats that you go on as a creator, or the lives that you go on, or the panels you go on, reflects what you believe. If it comes out of my mouth on my channel, you can take it to the bank as something I believe. If somebody else says on another panel I might be sitting in says something, if somebody says something on another panel I'm sitting in, or Chasing is sitting in, or Tracy or Lisa is sitting in, I don't assume they believe everything people in that panel are saying.
Well, I think part of it is that we're not here to make friends and enemies. We're here to get information, and it's not, if we're going to concentrate on the friends and enemies type of thing, like we would in high school,
it would be a waste of time.
It wouldn't work out.
No, and it would
not that we're not friends. I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
so I say associates.
Yeah.
People we associate with and work with.
Right. For an adult relationship, you have to be able to work with different types of people, right? Like at your job.
Yes. Like,
like, you might not like somebody at your job, but you have to work with them.
You have to work with
them. Cohabitate with them. That's just the way it is.
You've got a job to get done, and you may not like everything about their personality, but you've got a goal. You've got a case you're working on. Right. Absolutely. Yes. And I agree, Tracy. I have been on, people gave me crap for being on some other lives I went on earlier, some channels I went on early on when we went to, until they started attacking us and we had to leave them in the dust. But, they were bad. Like, some of them were just cursing. They would attack everyone in the case, every other creator. And I'm sitting there, like, half the time I'm doing other work, and just like, it was entertainment. Maybe it's junk food entertainment. We shouldn't do it, but we do. But here's a good example too. The person I was talking about on these streets who defends Jen and I, who jumps in the line of fire, I'm talking about Cher. Okay. A lot of people, I pause because
dramatic pause.
Yes, because there's a lot of comments I've gotten on when I mention Cher, when I'm I don't know, on our some of our lives when we mentioned Cher, they're like, I can't believe you go to her panels. I can't believe you associate with Cher. She is the only creator who's ever dove in the line of fire, gone after people claiming they identify tragedy pimps, and fighting back and saying that we're not like that we have integrity, that we're boots on the ground, that she's the only one. So should I just ignore that and not appreciate that? That's the type of person she is. Even though I don't know what she's apparently pissed off some people in the past. I don't know, apparently. And so
guess to be a good creator, you have to piss people off.
I guess so.
I don't know. And be okay with
but
that. But
for some reason, just because you associate with someone, you get the whole group of people who hate them. All of a sudden you become a target. It happened when we started talking to Ziggy at first. Everyone who ever hated Ziggy, who she ever did wrong, which we heard all about that, people she hurt, the jerks, the whatever, all the people she hurt, all the tragedy pimp, anti-tragedy pimp channels. I noticed when we made the mistake of working with her, talking to her, we entered the crosshairs just because of that. we entered their crosshairs.
At that point, we didn't understand all.
At that point, we didn't realize all of this.
Yeah, we didn't. I think we just figured everybody who is involved in this case is working for the greater good. We thought that's what we thought when we came into this. Quickly, very quickly, we learned that only like 10% of people on YouTube are actually doing work toward. I
agree.
Toward finding
Summer. The rest are pretty much talking about each other.
Hate me if you want, but that's the truth.
Yeah, the rest are pretty much talking about each other, or it's insane. And
picky little insignificant pieces of information.
Yep. And it's like, as you shift through these people, we went down that path. We were investigating Fred in that situation, right? Mm-hmm. So we are focused on finding truth, hence the name. And
good name.
And as we might find a truth
yes, Deb. That's true.
That channel disagrees with, right? And we may be associated with a channel. Oh yeah, we'll get to that, Tracy, I promise. Yeah. And so the other thing too, the way we kind of measure people as well is when you do find receipts, or you have made a decision and you disagree with a creator, how they take it. So if you can disagree with someone you associate with on a fact, if you can disagree and still work together, I think that's a sign of maturity, huge sign of maturity.
Like Ryan and I, we disagree.
We disagree with plenty.
We still work.
Yeah. So the thing I did want to hit on tonight, that Tracy just hit on too, because I think she knows where I'm going. we've been working a little bit, talking back and forth this week on the panel I was on last week. Again, I hope all of you who are part of our platform know that adhering to the truth rises above friendships. It rises above associations with people, it rises above anything else. If we find a piece of truth, we confirm it with several sources, and we know it to be true. If we know it's going to go against something that a creator has believed for a decade, we're still going to put it out. I hope you've seen that from us. We're still going to put it out because it's the truth, and that goes above everything else. And so whether people like us for putting out the truth or not, it depends on the truth. If it's something they believe, they're probably going to like us. If there's something they don't believe, they're probably not going to like us.
Right.
Can't control that.
No.
So this panel we were on, there were some creators. It was in shares, and I don't think Cher initially made this claim at all. I don't think she did. She might have confirmed it at one point. We'll get to that, because Tracing actually did an amazing video tonight. She covered all of this, which I'm going to show you all. But in that panel, there were a couple of creators who were saying that in just the weeks after Summer disappeared, that Candace was selling Summer's toys, which to me hit me hard. Like, that's a bold statement. And I think you can hear this. Thankfully, Tracy put this in her video, where I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Do you guys have proof? Can you prove anything you're saying? And I'm not going to give you a play-by-play, because you're going to see it in a second. Tracy thankfully put together a lot of what I don't need to walk you through it, because what happened after that panel is I put that aside in my head as like, okay, this is something I might follow up on at some point. It's what I call an unconfirmed claim. I didn't consider it more relevant to Summer's case than what we're working on right now, which is trying to meet with a witness without getting ourselves shot, which I think is slightly more important than this claim. But it's something that it becomes relevant only in that maybe it reflects on Candace's potential state of mind around the time that Summer disappeared. Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay. I'm not going to argue about who made the claim or who confirmed it. We're going to actually see it in a second. But after that panel, I did get contacted by Tracy, thankfully, and she asked me about that panel. She did ask, do we believe what we were hearing about that claim in particular? And I told her the same thing I told everyone, is that I don't ever believe anything again before we've confirmed it with several sources. And I want to make sure there's no fighting in chat, right? Okay. We got good mods, so. But I hadn't had time to actually chase that one down. It wasn't on top of my list. Tracy was kind enough to send us that picture, which we put in our community post, of Candace selling toys prior to 2021. They were obviously pallet. It was like a pallet of toys. They were prepackaged. And to me, that immediately showed that there was behavior on Candace's case of buying and selling toys before Summer disappeared. If that behavior exists before Summer disappeared, it makes sense that it would exist after she disappeared.
Very true.
And it wouldn't imply anything nefarious or anything bad. So to me, that was like, okay, that right there is really good evidence that the behavior existed before. Put that out in my community post, and I had some people saying, no, there's evidence proving she did after. So I'm like, please send me the evidence. Send me something. And a couple people sent me pictures. They were pictures actually proving the opposite. They were pictures of her buying and selling toys all the way back to 2020.
Wholesale, right? Mostly.
They looked like either yard sale or wholesale, going back to 2020, probably even 2019, which again proved what I just said. The behavior existed for years before Summer disappeared.
And I think a lot of people around here do reselling on Facebook.
A lot of, yes. Andy said his grandmother used to buy and sell clothes in bulk. Remember all the clothes we saw at Andy's property? He was like, yeah, that was my grandmother's. She buys and sells clothes all the time to make extra money. It's a thing people do around here.
Yes.
For people not around here, just keep that in mind. That's something that people do to make extra money. They buy and sell things. Yard sales in bulk, off pallets.
At the flea market.
At the flea markets, sometimes from those off sale. Pallet
the wholesale pallets.
Wholesale pallets. So we have not seen any evidence that she specifically sold Summer's toys afterwards. She sold toys afterwards in bulk, and I'll get to Tracy did an amazing job just laying this all out so it just makes perfect sense and debunks all of this. I'm going to get to that now. Before I do, I want to make it clear, Jen and I are not all of a sudden saying Candace is 100% innocent. We don't believe that she's done anything wrong, and we are on the pro-Wells side now, because that's what happens to people.
Yeah. It's sad that we actually have to say that.
I know, it's horrible, because
you can't even be a little bit like look at it from a different angle.
You should.
You can't.
You should be able to be unbiased.
Yeah.
You should be able to go into this is one thing we're looking into. Right. Did she buy or sell clothes, Summer's toys? And being able to be unbiased on this and choosing whether it's true or not doesn't mean you're going to be always choosing that side. It's this particular fact.
Right.
That's it. We've even said we are leaning toward an accident scenario, that maybe they freaked out. Like, we're not saying they're innocent. We're also not gonna say that they're guilty, because you can't say one of those unless you're sitting there with a piece of incontrovertible evidence. Did I say that right? I hope so. Proving either way. You should not be on either side. Right. You shouldn't be on either side unless you can go.
Well, I think unless you can prove they did it.
Unless you can prove they did it.
In general. I mean,
or there's proof that somebody else did it and they didn't.
Right.
One or the other. Yeah. If you don't have the proof, then don't pick a side. Just look at every fact, unbiased.
It's so easy. I understand that because of people's past and, the kind of people they portray they are. That's really easy to do. And, I don't know. I don't know.
So we're going to take a look at Trace's video. It is I don't know if I'm going to do high speed. I think I like it. I kind of want to start slow speed, but let's see how it goes. because honestly, it puts it to bed. It just puts it to bed. Tracy, Chasing Truth.
Okay. This is her video?
This is her video.
Oh, okay. Okie dokie.
You gotta watch some other videos.
A panel was held last week to go over the Summer Wells case. As of the recording of this video, 5,548 people have seen it. On the panel were 5 creators, 3 who've covered Summer extensively, 2 haven't.
Tracy, your voice is too quiet.
No, mine is too.
Ben Hill?
See, it's not.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been there.
She was today.
Oh my God. I don't even know how any, like, let's say that regardless if these two are guilty or they're innocent, either way, I don't know how the hell they can just be there and it not have any impact.
It has an impact. Do you think they should leave Ben Hill? Wouldn't the question then become, what if Summer came back and her parents had moved away? Look at Chris and Katie. All they did was go to Horn Lake, and look what happened there.
At all. You know what I mean? Like,
They got rid of her
Everything-
shit, Brittany, right away. They were selling
yes.
her toys right away. They
Yeah.
were getting rid of her clothes.
I do want to say real quick, by the way, this is to share Mandy, Brittany, Justin. Oh God, who else was there? I want to say to all of you, I respect you. I have always respected you. I have worked with you in the past, Justin. You know, I've checked with Justin on sources. However, if again, I don't care who provides a claim, we want to see it followed up on. We want to see the evidence. We want to follow up on the evidence and get to the truth. I believe Tracy has here. So I'm showing this because this is, in my opinion, this is the truth on this issue. But it's not attacking anyone. I'm not attacking anyone. There's no hate toward anyone. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone who made the claims. We're just trying to clear the air, stop the rumor, stop this misinformation from going out there. I'm hoping all of you watch this. Please change your mind to focus on the truth. And from now on, when this topic comes up, tell people what's true. Again, yes, exactly. Exactly. The rumors have persisted too long. It's incorrect. Let's just correct it and move forward in the case with the truth.
They were getting rid of the Paw Patrol dresser.
I like this.
Did Summer have a Paw Patrol dresser? If so, where were the photos? How do we even know that? Where are the for sale posts of this dresser?
I mean, they got rid of Summer
I've got the yard
so
sale
fast.
stuff. I've got the
Yeah.
yard sale post.
That's
yeah.
right. The yard sale. Yep. And didn't we catch them on eBay selling toys?
Hey, mods, if you haven't, could you put Tracy, Chasing, and Lisa's links in the chat? If you can't, I will, but I just trying to control this here.
Justin mentions the yard sale, Cher confirms, and says Benny caught them selling Summer stuff on eBay, but Justin doesn't seem to know about that.
I don't
Or was
remember
that just
eBay.
Benny that found that?
I don't remember eBay.
I
so-
remember, wasn't it Robin and Candace were washing the toys together to donate to a church or
To
something?
donate
They
to
donated.
churches.
They did donate to some, and Candace sold some.
Robin is on tape talking about washing Summer's church toys.
Today. I can't help but be a little sad that Summer is not here today to help. Here she was just last year, dressed as a cute little shepherd. We are hoping and praying that she would be found before Christmas. And here is Christmas Day, still no Summer. But we are not giving up. Prayers are still being lifted that she will be found safe. Thank you, everyone who helped clean her toys. Most of them were Paw Patrol toys. The kids loved cleaning them too. Some were pretty dusty and dirty, as Paw Patrol toys should be. From all their search and rescue missions, I'm sure Summer played out every episode she ever saw. Special attention was given to this little toy, who is the character Ryder. He is the young boy who leads the team. His right eye was partially covered in dirt. While cleaning Ryder's eyes, I prayed that the search teams would have their eyes open to where Summer is. It's been 193 days. Let the little girl who loved to play search and rescue missions be found safe and brought back home.
One marketplace.
How long
that's
after the disappearance was
Not
that?
long.
Within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Dead
Yeah.
serious. We're
This is
not
proven.
lying.
They did
This
that
is proven. It's literally on. Yes, it's public.
I got to say one thing. My biggest pet peeve is when people tell me something is proven, and then I made the mistake of not saying, could someone send me a link to something or a picture or something? Because when they say something is true and proven and they don't link it, like I was expecting something to show up in chat. I never got anything. And that's why I started asking my community for some kind of proof. But I started getting proof from an unexpected direction, and Tracy has helped. So I got the proof I wanted in the end, just wasn't proving what they were saying.
We've all got that covered. Look at Justin's. I think it was about 2
I don't
weeks
remember
after.
how long it was, but it was. I don't
Very
remember, but it was.
It wasn't very long.
It was shocking to me. You know.
Well, there's already a lot of stuff missing by the time Chris McDonough went, which was what, 2 or 3 weeks after the.
I might speed this one up a little.
Oh, who hasn't seen this video?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like we've seen.
Well, it shows, this is showing like there's a bedroom, and it kind of
Yeah.
it covers the toys here in a second. There's some toys down there. This is this interview was when again?
These are them
I mean, the-
girls that she likes.
Oh, right
New
after.
fashion. I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds. Here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is a little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to God's, I'd buy her what she wanted.
After she was
that
reported,
was-
mid-July.
3
was it?
weeks to a month, something like that.
Okay, so sometime around then, they were already selling off and getting rid of toys.
TBI, where are you at? I'm just saying.
Oh, girl.
Not
If you want to
there.
know where TBI is at, you got to watch some other videos and go down a rabbit hole, because TBI. Ooh.
I see that it was in November that she sold Summer's 4th birthday Paw Patrol toys in November.
I agree, Lisa K. That is very true.
How the hell could you part with things like that?
You wouldn't
That's
be
so
able to.
challenging. Oh my God, I'm just going to
Most-
mute right now.
Most parents keep the room like the same.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But in their case, they actually clean the room after the child is after the children are no longer there.
Mhm.
So they.
I got to tell you all that statement too. And again, no disrespect to Justin, but at the end of this video, Tracy drops, in my opinion, is what is nearly a bombshell that proves not only did they not get rid of every single thing, but it proves to me the state of mind. Like I said, this whole thing is supposed to show what's Candace's state of mind right after Summer disappeared. And if it was true that she was immediately selling Summer's things, getting rid of all of Summer's stuff, it would say something about her state of mind. At the end of this video, you will see what Candace has been doing. There's evidence, there's photographic evidence showing what Candace has been doing that to me reflects her state of mind after Summer disappeared.
It was so bad. Dr. Phil made them like paint the room and shit before he would show it. He wouldn't even show it the way
No,
it really
no.
was.
Nope, Justin, no.
I was choked up over seeing.
I don't know why this is stressing me out.
This is stressing me out right here. Let's go back. Hold on.
You too?
This to me is what persists misinformation so bad. Videos like this, and I guarantee, like the pictures right there, you can see are the only evidence, the evidence that they provided, which we can see is debunked.
But where are those?
They
pictures
even
from?
say in the description 2020, and 14,000 people saw it, which means 14,000 people believe, probably a good proportion of those people believed this to be true, and then told all their friends that this was true, and went on Facebook and posted that this was true. And then other creators took this and also said this was true. And so now if you repeat it enough times, this thing becomes true when it's not.
Chasing says she shows where those pics come from.
Good.
I was choked up over seeing Candace getting rid of all of Summer's toys, all of her Paw Patrol toys. That hurt me. That hurt me so bad. It hurt me deep inside because that right there, that act alone, just that, tells me that Candace knows that Summer is never coming back. She knows that there's not a chance of Summer coming back, or else she wouldn't have given away all of her toys, which were filthy, by the way. It's a shame that Summer's only toys she had was filthy.
Okay, so now we've listened to
There's
the claims.
pictures right there.
I
that were
went
in that
back in
post.
time, grabbed some of these photos. I think this is the November photo that people are talking about, which is November 22nd, 2020. Garage sale going on at Beach Creek today. Come by and check out a little bit of everything. Let's look at what's being sold in these photos. Here are some of the items. I don't even know what these are, but these are some of the items that were for sale, some scrubs and other things.
Why, you know,
Let's
I
look at the
would
Paw
use that
Patrol.
scrubs.
Could this be the dresser
Right.
that Cher was talking about?
No, Jen, and that's a good point. You could see even those clothes, like they were clothes that Candace wouldn't normally have anyway. They were
Right, they were
scrubs.
scrubs.
She
Doesn't work
No, no,
in the medical
no.
industry.
She had gotten them obviously to sell.
No,
Oh.
it's a book toy holder, but was it a birthday present? Also, no. Yes, this picture was posted on Summer's birthday, but it's showing specifically the toys she got that are on the floor for her birthday. Was this a gift that she was opening, or are there already toys and other things inside there?
Yeah, it looks.
Is it already dirty? Is it full on the bottom? Yes. This was also posted on Summer's birthday, and you can see her opening a present with Grandma. That is also shown in the photos. We never do see her opening this bookcase toy
And that
shelf
would have
holder,
been like a big
but we
deal
do
if
see
they
her
had
opening
left a
this.
You know, it would have been a big.
So here are some comments
Mhm.
on the November post. You should watch.
I have to commend ICU. This is integrity. This is integrity.
Oh yes, very much so.
A researcher who can look at evidence, shift their beliefs, shift their understanding of the situation, not attack, not feel attacked. I see you. I respect you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. And I hope Justin feels the same way. I hope he can look at this too and just take it in. It's not an attack. It's just like we all have to align in the right direction for Summer. And Summer's case, the only way we're going to get to any understanding of what happened, what's going on, what the real direction that should be followed is this. It's this kind of work together, you know? So thank you so much for saying that.
Wash yourself and your kids in this. Carly also says, it's been a week. You already know the outcome likely isn't going to be good. The girl has an aunt who's been missing a few years from Ohio now. Summer, is that not a red flag? The dad faces charges in Utah, but ran here instead of facing the consequences. March 6, 2021. Clearance sale, only $14.99. Wholesale lot box. Are you selling Summer stuff? Julie says this is not Summer stuff.
You should have seen the
So here she says that this little boat is Summer stuff in the backpack. Somebody else wants to know if she's in need of some crack.
Jeez.
Candace has been going to flea markets and garage sales since as far back as I could see, 2019, maybe even before that, picking up little things and reselling them. This is not something new. Since this rumor first surfaced, just by a quick count, over 20,000 people, plus the people on Facebook, have heard this claim that Candace took Summer's toys she got for her birthday, and sold them either prior to Summer going missing because she anticipated Summer going missing because it was a big plan, within 2 weeks after Summer going missing because they didn't care about Summer, or later in November for whatever reason. So, tens of thousands of people have heard this rumor. I wanted to show you some things that are in Candace's home right now as we speak. As you're watching this video, these things are Summer's, and they've been there the entire time, or they're things that Candace has actually bought after Summer has gone missing.
This part is the part I didn't know about this.
Mhm.
Tracy just put this out. She got this information. She got these pictures, and it broke. Some of these pictures broke my heart. Like just didn't know that. There's a lot I didn't know about Candace because I've only seen the stuff that has been put out by a lot of the people we first started working with, which was all kind of negative, only the negative side. And I'm not going to say, and I don't think, I'm going to say right now, I don't think that Tracy, Gabble Geeks, Nana for Life, I don't think any of them or anyone else that believes this needs to be corrected would ever say, if somebody comes forward with any evidence proving that either of the Wells have done something that is guilty, like that they would say, well, don't show that, don't publish it. It's aligning with the truth. No matter what it shows, no matter how good or how bad, the truth has to be published, and that's all that has to go out. Not misinformation, not taking something and warping it into what you believe. And it can go either way. It can show Candace in a positive light, or some evidence might show Candace in a negative light, but you can't pick and choose. You have to publish the truth. And this piece right here that we're just about to show, to me, broke my heart. Like it does show her state of mind right now.
I agree, Sharon. Sorry, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. Yeah, the picture is.
That picture bothers me.
Yeah,
for
I know.
some
I
reason.
know.
In anticipation for Summer coming home. Some of these things were sent to me by Candace, some by other people, some I observed myself. Because Candace kept these things, does that make her a perfect mother? No. Does it mean she's innocent of any and everything? No.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But she does have these things. She has kept them. So that says something. To continue to try to make these people out to be worse than they are, and give other creators this information that is blatantly false, or you're just misinformed and you haven't taken the time to go check,
That's so sweet.
is bothersome. There have been more than enough rumors in Summer's case. Why keep adding on to them in 2024? This whole case was nothing but rumors from the start. It doesn't have to be like this. I mean, this cards that have been sent to Summer have been put in a scrapbook. A mother who doesn't care isn't going to keep cards that random people from social media send in a scrapbook. I mean, that's just my opinion. You can have your own opinion. This isn't to throw hate at any creator. It's to try to show people, maybe I'll never reach the, 20 some odd thousand people have already seen these crazy videos, but maybe some people will see it and you can spread that around that this stuff simply isn't true.
So please spread it around. Spread Tracy's video, spread this live, choose whichever one, I don't care. Just get the word out. There's enough misinformation out there there's enough misinformation out there. We don't need to continue to spread this one. So please spread the truth. Us talking about this doesn't mean we're going to start talking about this stuff all the time. We are focused on boots on the ground, but this information matters because we're looking for the direction to take. And when I said this live is about the future of this case, this information matters because we need to know what locations do we prioritize. Do we prioritize Candace's favorite fishing holes? Or do we prioritize what criminals were in the area potentially? What criminals with backgrounds that have to do with children were in the area? Were there neighbors that disappeared all of a sudden and were acting weird and went on a fishing trip or a camping trip? Like, there are other things that might actually matter more. And I almost suspect that the reason it has taken 3 years is because of all of these types of misinformation that has gone to Hawkins County. People have made the police run in circles in the wrong direction. Thank God TBI has this case now. And I don't think they're going to be running circles with misinformation. I think they're going to go down paths that make sense. What were you going to say?
What really bothers me is that we have to spend this much time talking about something like Summer's toys.
I know.
Really?
I know.
What does that have to do with Finding Summer?
It doesn't.
I'm sorry. I mean, we just talked about it too,
Right.
but
I think
really, what does that have to do with it?
The minimum thing I can say, and I have said, is it would have reflected on her state of mind after, if it was true.
Right.
It not being true, and the pictures that Tracy showed at the end, it still does reflect on her state of mind in a different way, in a way maybe people don't realize or did not expect. And so, I don't know. For me, it changes the priorities just a little. It doesn't mean we're saying the Wells, just because of this one fact, that the Wells are innocent, that there's never going to be any evidence that comes out that they had something to do with Summer, but there's just as much possibility, I think, that there are other players in the story, in the neighborhood, that knew the Wells, that were around the Wells, that could have just as much possibility of being involved in some way. Of
course.
And you can't ignore those.
Or it's something we absolutely have no idea about, and it'll be like, wow, I didn't even think of that. I don't know.
I think it's going to, I think when the truth comes out, and it will come out, I really do believe it will come out, I think it's probably going to be very shocking to people. Yeah. I think it's something people have just not even considered. And not saying it'll come out to be not the Wells, but if it does include them in some way, I think the scenario is going to be something people haven't even considered, or few people have considered.
Yeah. Seriously, Ryan, I just want to get back to looking for Summer.
I know.
This stuff is, and in my video for tomorrow, I touched upon this stuff too. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm really tired. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Oh, okay, Vicky. Thanks.
And I mean, we will be, like I said, we today focused in on the timeline and definitely driving the places that they went that morning wasn't really interesting to me. It showed how close things were in the area of the fishing hole. We went to the fishing hole, and Moon, by the way, we discovered loves water.
She does. At first, she wasn't. At first, she wasn't quite sure, but then she.
We thought she was terrified of water, and she like here she would just kind of sniff it, run away, sniff it. All of a sudden, at the fishing hole, she's like running in the water,
She
chasing,
was trying to eat, like catch the water.
like catch the water.
I don't know how to
The
explain
water
it,
would
but-
splash. She'd try to eat it, and she was chasing a butterfly at one point, which made us kind of smile. Yeah, the timing didn't 100% work out in my head. There was missing pieces that we're just kind of like, maybe we guessed wrong. There's a lot of guessing you have to do with how long they stayed places, and
Right,
so
there could have been a lot of unseen issues or things that happened.
But again, we're not going to draw conclusions. Hey, Miss Chewy, when we do have questions, we're not going to. And Jen said the whole time we were driving, like, Ryan, we can't just come up with some theory. We have to. We can't just guess.
I mean, of course, we're human. He and I were talking about this could mean this could mean that.
Theories.
But we were just discussing it amongst ourselves. We weren't like saying, what can we come up with?
Right.
As a theory for it taking 2 more minutes to get to a Walgreens than we thought it would.
Yeah. Because I mean, we had to guess like things like, well, how long did the appointment take, and did they really stay at the swimming hole for 20-ish? And it's like,
or did they sit and eat or drink the slushy at Sonic, or did they take it along with them?
Right. So the holes that we uncovered, we're going to dig into it. We're going to talk to people who we trust that help with honest research with good evidence. We're just going to ask around. We're going to talk to people and try to fill those gaps, and anything that is left would be missing holes. And that's what we're hoping to do next week, is get together with people we trust to stick to the evidence and the truth. And then after the piece we've just discussed and went into today, once they got home, which we believe we have that nailed down pretty well, thanks to help from everyone, from people here.
Thank you.
Then we're going to go into the afternoon, which I think there's lesser known things. There might be information that hasn't come out yet. I'm hoping we might be able to talk about the things that are known, things that are proven, things that have receipts, and just, again, maybe wipe away misinformation, things people have had to guess on.
He plays the guitar.
What? Where?
Someone. That's what instrument you play. I don't know. You usually can see it in the background here. Go to your. Move to your.
Can't play.
There it is.
I cannot play guitar. I can't even. I can strum several chords. That's
He's a good singer, believe it or not.
I'm not seeing Susie. Where's Susie? Why did the boys get taken away? Who in this live? First of all, Susie, who in this live said they're great parents? Did you?
I just read.
Well, why are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to, be mean, Susie, but this is exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah. Us saying this one fact is not true doesn't mean we have gone all the way to say this. Like, I think Jen in her last video went through a whole bunch of reasons why she gets so angry thinking about Don and his history and stuff. The past one passed away. And the one tomorrow too.
Both?
I think tomorrow you actually said you were backing away from doing it. Anyway, so we're not. I don't think even Chasing is saying that they're great parents. In her video, she said this doesn't mean they're great parents.
We have to be able to consider all sides. We're considering all sides without saying one is correct and one isn't correct. How do I explain that? How to explain that we're showing all sides without choosing a side?
You have to be able to take. You have to be able to take one piece of evidence and analyze it unbiasedly, and once you have proven or disproven it, it helps form your opinion about other facts that you come across, or you're trying to confirm, but you can't take like the truth or falseness
No,
of one piece of evidence and all of a sudden put your entire mind, now you're on this side,
we're talking about
Or-
the court of public opinion.
or now you're on that side. If you do that, you're letting one piece of evidence drive your entire belief system, which is really
Right. But
dangerous and not a good thing.
What are you supposed to do in court? Prove somebody guilty or prove somebody innocent?
Prove somebody. Wow.
You have to
You are
presume somebody is innocent,
innocent.
before you can prove them guilty.
You have to prove them guilty.
You have to prove that they're guilty. They are innocent before proven guilty.
And I
That's
almost
how we're looking at it.
and I almost go to the other extreme. I am kind of an extremist when it comes to belief. And I almost like I understand in the court system you're supposed to assume innocence, but and people don't get that about me in particular, is like
Yes, chasing.
On
Totally
YouTube.
agree.
On YouTube it's not. See, critical thinking is and again, Jen described critical thinking, which is you need to, in like the court system, you need to assume innocent until proven guilty. I really do take critical thinking to an extreme. People always ask me, do you believe something? And I always say, I believe nothing until there's a piece of evidence proving one way or another. And not just one piece of evidence. This piece of evidence proves she didn't sell Summer's toys after Summer disappeared. Does that mean it proves now beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're completely innocent and we shouldn't go down the road of trying to look at other things that might show them to be guilty? Hell no. Because there is still, for me, is not a belief of innocence or guilt. There's not a preponderance of evidence either way right now. Just because there's this one fact that tilts the scale a little bit, tiny little bit, doesn't mean the scale is now tipped all the way. You understand what I'm saying? Critical thinking is not all or nothing. It's weighing one fact after another on the scale of truth.
That's right, rain dancer. That's another thing. Hearsay is not truth. I think you guys get it. You guys are smart enough to get this.
Yeah.
This concept.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's why I love our platform, and they've told us many times, and comment after comment, they appreciate the fact that we are focused on the truth, not misinformation. And I value that. And I take that as our platform holds us to an extremely high standard. And that's not something we take lightly at all.
Cindy, I'm not.
What's ATS?
Call me stupid, but I don't know what ATS stands for. Can you help me out?
Hope it's not above top secret, because they're a conspiracy website. So
no, it's a show.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know any
it's
ATS.
A show. Maybe it's YouTube. Well, I'll just wait.
Yes, agreed, Tracy. Even in industry, when they're troubleshooting, they talk about the 5 whys. When you're getting to the root cause of something, right? You ask why over and over, and eventually you get to the root cause, the root truth.
Amber, I haven't seen her, but I've heard of her. I don't think I've seen her, but I've heard of her.
Oh, Amber Truth Seeker. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I'm just so stuck on Annie Elise and I'm weekly.
I know.
I'm trying to branch out, so I'll check her out next.
Okay.
ATS News. Thank you. Always need a new YouTube.
I'll tell you, I took pride. I was in a chat the other night, like 2 weeks ago, and trust me, I'm going to be a lot more careful what panels I go on from now on. Man, we get this every time I go on a panel. It's like, yeah. So
what caused you to want to do that? You don't.
It was just out of the blue. Hey, you want to join a panel? I didn't know what the topic was. I didn't know anything. I'm just going to hang out with people.
You told me today that Jen, you should have known better about something like that.
Yeah.
Ryan, you should have known better.
I enjoy. So if somebody wants me to join a panel out there, somebody asks me to join a panel and they're like, hey, we'd like your opinion on something. I like offering my opinion. Sure. I mean, I like going on a panel, offering my opinion. And like I said, anything that comes out of my mouth is what I believe.
But that's not why they really want you on there.
No,
Sometimes.
there weren't ulterior motives. There were not
Sometimes.
ulterior
I said
motives.
sometimes.
Yes, but
Then why do you have a problem with how it went?
How it went was I didn't know they were going to start repeating misinformation that's been out there forever. And then I would be sitting there going, hey, I haven't researched this yet. I'm going to keep my mouth shut until I can check it out. And then all of a sudden, people started thinking that I actually believed it, what they were saying. And that's kind of like the shaky ground you get on when you start going to panels. But where I was going was what does make me a little proud of us, our channel, and what we do is I've been on channels that other people call pro wells. I've been on channels that other people call anti wells, and people have started commenting about the fact that we are what they call nonpartisan. Like
we're like that in everything in life.
We're not
independent.
We're nonpartisan, and we don't subscribe to anyone's belief system. We subscribe only to the truth that we found. But we also don't judge people. Like, we're not going to judge people for having an opinion about something unless they have seen the truth. They have seen evidence that proves something to be true, and then they repeat misinformation. That's the only time I kind of judge people.
Well, that's judgeable.
That's
judgeable.
Other than that, I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, Trace is actually right about that too. I found a Rogersville Review, is that what it's called? Article, which I didn't know that Candace had given a really long interview, because I was told that she hadn't give hardly any interviews. She didn't like giving interviews, but early on in July, after Summer disappeared, she gave this crazy long interview. She talked a ton, and one thing the reporter said was that the boys had been questioned. They had been interrogated. Tracy is correct. They've already been questioned, and I'm sure they're questioned repeatedly.
Yes. Just reading what ICU was reading. Boys are.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. I would hope to think that, I don't know, I shouldn't say this, maybe it's happened, but I would hope to think that if we had their picture anywhere on one of our videos, that we would, blank out their face or fuzz out their face.
Oh gosh, yeah, we would never put minors on.
No, we don't do that.
Yep. Yeah, brutally is probably an understatement. Yeah.
It's true.
I feel the worst. Well, the worst for Summer because of what happened to her. But
victims that, not many people see, or they're like behind the lines, the invisible victims of this thing.
Hey, Beck.
And it must have hit them hard.
Oh, lose their sister.
Right. And then all this chatter about their parents, their family. That's one of the things that I keep talking about this. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but when we went to CrimeCon, a lot of the families we talked to mentioned how the things that YouTube says about a family over the years, or about the family, the worst victims of the misinformation are the minors, the children in the family, because as they grow up, they have to live in a world where now there's all of these things that have been said. Right.
Whether or not it turns out to, some of the things turn out to be true, whether or not, no matter how the court case goes, the worst case scenario for the children is if the court case and the investigation disproves all of the misinformation. Now there's still misinformation out there in the world saying horrible things about the family, bringing things to light that didn't have to, that affects them. They go to school, people see these things, Yeah.
Yeah, Nana, I agree. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. It's going to affect them.
Yeah, I agree, Deanna. Oh my gosh, they're missing cases that don't get a whole lot of time on visibility, and so many missing.
Mhm.
I always think to myself, there's always a chance some places we look, we may stumble across another case without realizing it.
Right. I keep periodically looking at missing children list,
Yeah.
especially around our area, just to see if anything's changed or anything's new.
Yep.
And I see a couple of them have been found,
Yep. It
which
happens.
is great. It
Yep.
gives you hope. But there are so many, and I don't know. Looking at the list, I see a discrepancy between who is focused on who isn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that whole thing, but there are some populations that don't seem to have the same recognition as
Yeah.
They
don't get the camera time.
Right.
Yep.
Or whatever it is. That bothers me. And I would love to branch out and help that situation.
Yep. I thank you, Robin. I don't know if there aren't. I don't follow that case. It's not local to us. It's not in driving distance. I tend to dive. Jen does follow other cases, bigger cases, especially solved stuff. I'm very hyper focused type of person, so I hyper focus on the things we can actually travel to, which I don't know. I don't know what I would do if Seth actually reached out and asked for help, because it's 5 hours away and I would feel really strongly. But I haven't followed the channels that cover his case. I did see that there was just as much drama, and it's sad.
I've been watching a lot
Yes.
of chasing. That's exactly what I mean. I've been watching a lot of solved cases for missing children, trying to see if there are any similarities with Summer's case.
No.
Trying to look into the psychology about the whole thing. Thinking maybe there's a similarity that will bring some sort of something out that we haven't thought of before.
Yeah, well, patterns in cases,
patterns,
similar
that's what I
cases
mean.
can help for sure.
That's why I've been kind of obsessively,
obsessively.
I'm so tired. Obsessively.
Yep. So Linda, this is a good example, and I might be able to help with this type of thing. If you do hear, like, say you're watching a YouTube video and they show Candace saying something that makes you think that's what she's saying, like she didn't know how long Summer had been gone. There may be comments that are said in the video like, I'm not sure, I have a hard time with time. Like, you've heard that a lot from different people in the case. Don't read too much into it. Instead, I would say, the only way to follow up on that, something like that, to see if it's true, would be to check other sources. Try to find other sources of information about what Candace has said, about what she knew about the timing after. The timing in that afternoon is difficult to understand because the comments are like, I think there's missing time, but we haven't looked into it yet. And we are trying to ask questions about that whole afternoon. So there may be stuff that comes out, once
I'd like to point out, Chasing, that's great.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Where can we buy your merch?
Yeah.
No, really. Where can we buy your merch? Because that's awesome.
Oh, Black and Missing. They were the ones that were actually, they had a table at CrimeCon too.
They did.
I talked to them for a little while.
Yeah. Chasing, that's awesome. I really look up to you for that.
Of course, Texas Equisearch, everyone knows how much I love Dave Rader and Twyla. I've heard that rumor. Have not confirmed it. There was supposedly a party the night before. Some people say there was not. Some people say there was. Those are the types of things I was hoping to ask next week and dig into next week. We'll see if one of the creators, who I know has a ton of information and receipts, can help us understand what's true about that and what's not, what we have receipts for and what we don't. Hopefully that'll be next week. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You put it into words for us.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
Exactly.
I don't remember what I did last Tuesday. Last
I don't
Tuesday.
even know. No, I have no idea what I did
And
Tuesday.
well, somebody would say, so
that sad?
Tracy, somebody might say, well, if a big event happens,
Well, yeah.
something major happens, you should remember that. But I'm trying to think of the big.
But also, though, you're in shock.
You're in shock, so it is.
So maybe some of it just would fly out the window.
You almost black out
Yeah.
sometimes if we go into shock, so it's hard to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Not true.
Anything's possible.
I don't know, Nana. I don't know if it's not true. Like, you can't prove a negative. I want to prove. Somebody can say what went on the night before. That somebody who was there could say, well, everyone was sitting around watching TV. Who knows?
Nana, I'd really like to sit down and talk to you sometime. I was telling Ryan that. No, I'm serious.
Okay, so several people saying not true. Again, these people are saying not true. It didn't come out of my mouth. I'm not saying it's not true. I have not seen any evidence either way. Even people in chat are allowed to say whatever they want.
Well, Chasing, I was asleep at 8 o'clock. So. I can tell you that. I was asleep.
Oh, gosh, yeah, Nana.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, that's when you're in shock. It's like, and time almost slows down. You lose track of 5 minutes feels like an hour. So it's like somebody asks after how much time went on before you got out of the classroom. We're like,
our daughters were at a school that has a school shooting as well. It was very, very scary.
and in their case, in our daughter's case, it was the school next door, but they didn't tell anybody. So they locked.
All the parents are rushing.
They locked down all the kids.
Yep.
And they were terrified. They were absolutely terrified. And it was like that type of scenario where you're kind of in shock.
Right.
Half of Kingsport was there. There were parties there, you guys. I mean, they had parties, so it's a
that must have been quite a
that's
party.
It's a believable rumor, but it's a rumor still and not true. Sorry, I'm devil's advocate. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole, but I'm not gonna believe it or disbelieve it.
I'm not sure what you're asking, Jenna, but we are not standing up for the Wells. We're not taking that kind of position.
No, we
refuse to take that.
We refuse to take their side. We refuse to take the attack side that they're guilty. That's how we operate. I'm sorry if that bothers people that we're not going to join a side.
No.
We got many people in this chat actually who are on each side, who are kind of leaning. They lean more toward one or the other, and they don't hold it against us that we're not going to choose their side. I think hopefully they appreciate the fact that we just care about what's true, each one fact at a time.
Yep.
And one day we may choose a side. One day we may choose a side. But I got to tell you, for me to choose a side, it's got to be a hell of a lot of evidence. I'm sorry. Yeah. So
no, we're not
just
trying to
try to stick to the truth.
Attack you, Jenna.
No, not at all.
We love you.
Yes. No, you've been very sweet to us, Jenna. You can ask anything you want at all. Trust me. I was reacting that way because of just that whole idea that so many people assume that about you just because you're taking one fact and either proving or disproving. Yeah. It's happened to me so many times.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. You've been great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beck. I hope everyone sees that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes annoyingly, people have told me, Ryan, why can't you, isn't this enough evidence? Like, why can't you choose a side? I'm sorry. It needs to be overwhelming.
We are not a judge and jury. And
so there's something someone is saying out there that I play a clarinet or an instrument or something.
Play a clarinet. I did in high school.
Yeah.
Just growing up.
They're trolling the trolls. So I guess we're pretty much.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think.
If you want to hear more on this topic,
we're done on this one.
Please join my.
Oh yeah.
Join me tomorrow morning. It's so funny. I did broach this subject.
Yeah, you did.
For my video tomorrow, and I did it, and I was talking to Ryan. I realized he told me that tonight was going to be on the same topic.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm like, I guess I must have read your mind.
Thank
No, I'm not a psychic.
Yeah. Thank you, Eve. That is number one right there.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
The only goal that matters is the only thing that matters is Summerwell's case.
Yeah, Nana.
And the truth.
Sorry.
Tomorrow, our video is finally, I got the underwater footage from Vern. Thank you, Vern, if you're out there.
Thank you, Vern.
We've got this amazing work we did with Vern and Burke County EMS up in Linville, North Carolina. This poor woman had gone missing 2 years ago, and we dove in. We didn't literally dive in, but we went up to the upper falls, the lower plunge pool. The footage is amazing. The hike in and out was really surreal with an entire EMS crew in both hikes. Jen loved it. Jen loved hanging out with.
I did. It was great.
With EMS. So
Yeah.
that's tomorrow, part one.
Nana.
You can.
Nana, believe this or not, I actually had a dream that I asked you to meet with me. I said either a coffee shop or a diner. I don't know. Anyway, it got in my head that I'd love to chat with you sometime.
Yeah. I'm sure she'd be happy to.
Yay, Jenna. See you then.
All right, so that'll be tomorrow. We've got a busy, hopefully the sun comes out next weekend because we want to get back out there so bad.
I know.
So bad. So many places.
That's my problem. I'm feeling like really stir crazy because we haven't been able to do that.
It's cabin fever right now for us. It's like, yeah. And we have a boat now, so like we can get to a lot of the water locations we have on our list that we've been just dying to get to. So
I realize right now how lucky we were we went out almost every weekend for a while there. And I think it's like right now it's very rainy.
Yes.
And stuff.
Oh yeah, we did a lot.
Yeah.
Over like 2-3 weeks, and then it was like rain.
Right.
Rain.
Sounds good, Nana. Do you have my information?
Where's that? Yeah. We can chat.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That's it. Starbucks it is. So, and then we've got a lot. We got 3 weeks worth, honestly, of stuff we've done scheduled to go out. So look forward to that. And we've just got a long list. If the sun allows us to, we're going to keep getting out there. Our lives will most of the time not be focused on this kind of stuff. It'll be focused on our searches. I promise. It's just
live kind of was like what we say we don't want.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
I think we had to put it out there how we feel.
There are times, you guys, when to search in the right places, you have to be able to get rid of misinformation. And so you're not running in circles and chasing just ghosts. And so this type of information helps. It's only subtly, helps with state of mind of a person, but it does help us understand which locations make more sense than others. So it's related.
That's right, Paul. Exactly.
Yes. Yes. So on that note, I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you, Chasing, Lisa, Nana for Life, ICU, Rain Dancer, Jenna. I can't name you all. I apologize. We appreciate you all being here. We appreciate your support, your continued support, your focus on the truth, and we love you all. Hope you have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.